I didn't really feel like making a video today, nor did I feel like making one yesterday, which I didn't. Well, here I am. You know, life goes on, even if your head's not in the game. I was kind of bummed out really yesterday, and I've had a lot of bummed out days lately, and I guess we'll talk about them. My name is Jimmy Rant. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I have had this channel open I'm just beginning my 5th month. And a long time ago, I had this very same channel back 14 years ago, but a bunch of time passed by and I totally shut that channel down. I got rid of it for some personal reasons, and I just opened it back up 5 months ago. Now, a long time ago, there was something that we were kind of in that we call the void, the bottom of YouTube. And the bottom of YouTube really to me was like the cesspool of all of YouTube. And so that was back 14, 13, 12, 10 years ago. So here it is now, a new time, and everybody I hope would grow up, mature, move on, but I can see that they haven't. So since I started this channel, I've asked people, look, this is not the void. Don't treat it like that. And especially don't come into this channel, into this YouTube channel, my channel, which I consider symbolically like my house. And I'm not going to let you come into my house and disrespect me. And I certainly am not going to allow you to come in and disrespect the guest. You come in to visit me and you say something and somebody really, really bounces on you, I'm going to get rid of them. I would do the same thing if you were in my house, in my real house. I would protect you to the best of my ability, and I'll do that here. Well, people that I've known for maybe 14 to 10 years, I had to get rid of them. I didn't want to get rid of them, but I had to because of their stupid infantile behavior. So I had to boot them, and I felt kind of bad about it. It's time to grow up, people. Jesus. It's okay to have fun. I want you to come in here and have fun. I want you to come in here, and it's okay to disagree with me. I'm not right about everything. I'm not right about most things. But please, don't come in here insulting people, and especially don't come in here insulting me. I don't appreciate it. Again, folks, this is not the void. I do not care who you are, how friendly we were. You come in here acting like a moron in a mud hole, you're gone. Now, I know you can come back in with one of your little fake troll names and you start running your mouth, you're gone. So you might as well give it up. People are so fed up with trolls that they just sweep them right out. You know what I mean? It's like you call the cesspool man and you say, hey, I want to empty the tank. So he comes and empties the cesspool. So that's what happens whenever you act like a moron in my YouTube channel. You get flushed out of the cesspool. And I don't really know how to talk about this, is I talk to a lot of you off of YouTube in various forms. And things get complicated sometimes. Whenever you're writing each other, it's a little different than when you're talking. It's very easy to misunderstand somebody. And that's happened to me. It's like I said something to someone and I know that I hurt their feelings, and I'm sorry that I did. But the problem is the things that I'm trying to tell this person, they're not taking what I'm saying the way I'm intending for it to be. I can't give you an example because I don't want to embarrass anybody. But I will give you an example. And I've made a video about this in the past. Now, I don't want y'all to get mad at me about this. I really don't. I'm just sharing something with you. This is me. You may feel different, and it's fine for you to feel different, really. I am from Mississippi. I am from the Mississippi Gulf Coast, okay? And I have said many times that when I was a teenager, I knew I wanted to experience a different lifestyle than what Mississippi offered me back then. And so I always pipe dream about going to California. Now, this is a long time ago. This is when California was really cool. It wasn't crazy like it is today, okay? And so my dream came true. I went to California and I lived out in California for a little over 10 years and I absolutely loved it. In many ways back then, I regretted leaving. I left for a lot of different reasons. And there's sometimes I miss what used to be the concept of California, but I bet if I went there now, it's nothing like what it used to be, you know, way, way back. So from there, I moved to Colorado and I lived here a bunch of years. And then I left here and I moved to Nevada. I lived in Reno and Carson City for 5 or 6 years. And I really got a taste, a flavor for Western living. And then I would go back home sometime. I've had to go back home and I lived. I went back home and I lived there for a few years. And while I was there, I hated it. I hated it. I don't hate the South. I don't hate the Southern people. But I do detest some behaviors in the South that I hate to say it, but it embarrasses me. And one of the things that embarrasses me is the way some of the people speak. Now, someone I was talking to the other night said something, and they're absolutely correct. There is a Southern dialect. That's very true. There is a country dialect. And then in certain parts of the South, there's the hillbilly dialect. And I don't know if it's, whenever I went to college, especially, and took oral communication, took a lot of English, and I tried so hard when I was in California, I wanted to lose as much of my Southern accent as possible because I was embarrassed because of it. Because I know in other places outside of the South, they don't speak the way the Southern people do. Now, it's okay because that's the culture down there. But to everybody else, it sounds strange. You know, and I made a video once before about this, like a lot of the Southern people, they love to drag out the I. Like rice, they don't say rice, it's rice. Or if you want to say nice, it's nice. Well, when I'm out in the West, and if I'm talking to people just generally, and if I said, like if someone says, well, what do you want to eat tonight? And if I said, well, I would like some rice and beans, they would look at me like I fell off the turnip truck. And it's things, little stupid things like that that embarrass me. I can't help it. I realize a lot of people are very proud of their Southern heritage. I don't know if I can say I'm really proud of my Southern heritage. I mean, I don't mind being from the South. They're wonderful people, great people. Even whenever, I mean, I've lived in Kentucky before. Extremely wonderful people. But the way they enunciate words, both in the hillbilly realm and both in the country realm, it just crawls, it gets under my skin, and I can't help it. Now, that's just me. And so when I'm talking to somebody about that, and I automatically insult them whenever I say, I cannot stand, nor would I ever live in the South again because my heart and my head is just not there. I'm different. I left there for a reason. So why would I want to go back to a place that I left for a lot of different negative reasons? Well, I won't. So I guess that's all I'm going to say about that. So, you know, really, I get into these complicated conversations, and there's a lot of misunderstandings, and I hate that. I don't mean to insult you, but don't I have the right to believe what I want to believe? And I believe, and this is where I'm asking you not to get mad at me, I'm talking about the language, not you. But the language to me, the vernacular, the way you enunciate words and the way you speak, it embarrasses me. Nice, rise. Well, you better prepare. Well, let's go over there. Let's go over. Over. Do you see what I'm talking about? I don't speak that way. I don't fit into that anymore. I've had a cultural shift, a cultural change, and I like it. And I don't want to go back to that. I'm sorry. You're wonderful people. I'm a Southerner too. You don't get more Southern than Mississippi, I'm telling you. I mean, I am deep in the heart of Dixie. I'm right there with Bama. You know what I mean? And my stepfather was an English major at LSU. And he used to tell me, my dog's jumping on me. And he used to tell me, and he made me afraid of English really bad. I wish he wouldn't have done this, but he says, well, when I was in LSU, if you misplaced one comma, that's an automatic C. And that scared me to death. Oh, I didn't want to take English for nothing in college because I was scared. Oh, I know I'm going to screw that up. But you know what? When I went to college, I made straight A's in English all throughout my college because I was so afraid to misplace that comma. He kind of over-exaggerated that, I found out in years to come. But at least it set a foundation for me that I wanted to try to do the very best that I could. And I did. And thank goodness, I studied hard. I tried to learn all of the rules that the professors were trying to teach, and I tried to speak the best I could. I tried to be able to punctuate sentences and not have fragmented sentences and all this kind of crazy stuff. I know you're bored to death with this, but it helped me. And then whenever I go back home, again, I'm just beating the dead horse, and I hear that, well, give me a hug. Come here, darling. I can't stand that. It's not that I can't stand you. I can't stand that ear-piercing drawl where it takes 10 minutes to say a 1-minute thing. You know what I mean? I'll tell you something. I had about 10, I made a video the other day asking, like, you know, ladies that I talk to, please don't get into this jealousy thing. Please don't fight among yourselves. I am not in a position to want to be with anybody right now, okay? I don't. I'm still mourning the loss of my wife. I'm not over that. Now, I only said, and I probably shouldn't have, that in the future I would entertain the thought of maybe trying to meet someone and having another life with them, or having a life with them. Not another life, but a life with them. And I think that might happen. I don't know. But I'll tell you one thing I'm learning, and then I'm close to wrapping this up. Like I said, I didn't even want to make a video. I didn't know what to talk about. I'm just talking. You know what I mean? I'm really grateful that you're here. I really am. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to complicate things with you. I want to have healthy discussions. I want to have discussions that maybe you're not on board with, but at least we can be mature enough that we can at least discuss them. Like I asked on a poll question today about reincarnation. And I think the day before I asked something else. I don't know if it was a religious question or something about morals, like can you be moral without God or something? Because those are things that interest me. I'm not trying to make a statement. I'm just asking a question. I want to know how you think. But whenever I put these kind of philosophical type poll questions on, I noticed that they're kind of low. Now I can put stupid shit on there like, what's your favorite Western movie? And boy, y'all are all on that like flies on shit. But put something on there where you got to think a little bit, and everybody wants to go run off into another direction. But I do thank all of those people who do participate in some of those philosophical kind of poll questions that I do. And you can think, I might put one on tomorrow. I mean, this is just off the top of my head. I don't know if I will or not. But I think I'm going to ask you, maybe I shouldn't say, but maybe I should. Well, you can think about it. Did God create man, or did man create God? All I'm asking you to do is think about it, back up, listen to the question, and really think about it. Like, without man, would there be God? But without God, would there be man? It's just something to talk about. You know, out of all the people that I talk to off of YouTube, like by email, I have to say this. My favorite pen pal is a 50-year-old woman. Yeah, I mean, I'm 71, she's 50, and there's no romance and no monkey business. She is the best pen pal I think I could have ever run into, because she writes me from an intelligent position. She doesn't come at me like some cheap bimbo, and some of you have. And I said the other day, you know, I got a little upset about how some of you ladies were acting, and I didn't like it. Not all of you. I mean, I talked to quite a few of you. But do you know, after I said that, I lost 10 subs almost immediately after I put out the video that I did. And that's okay. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. Go to wherever you need to be. You don't have to bring your bullshit here in my house, okay? I wouldn't do that in yours, so I hope you wouldn't do it in mine. Well, anyway, my best pen pal is a 50-year-old lady that is smart as a whip. I really appreciate her intelligence. She's funny. And again, no, there's no romance. I mean, you know, now if I were 50 years old, watch out. But I'm not. I'm 71. In 3 months, I'm going to be 72. I notice I keep telling myself, you're going to be 72. You got to remember, you're 72, not 71. You're going to be 72. So I notice sometime whenever I speak, say, yeah, well, I'm Jimmy Rant, and I'm 72. I'm just so used to rehearsing that I'm getting ready to be 72. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you if you lasted this long. Wasn't going to make a video. I just wasn't into the game yesterday, and I wasn't into the game today, but I thought, you know, this is my channel. I need to come on here and do something. I have already, believe it or not, in the 5 months, I have already accomplished every goal that I wanted to make being on YouTube. I wanted to see if I could get monetized, and I did. It took me 5 weeks, and that was all I wanted to do. I just wanted to see if I could do it. That was the goal, not to make money, but to see if I could do it. And I was so proud of myself for doing that. And if that's wrong, well, I'll just have to be wrong. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good evening or morning, wherever you are in this big old world. Thank you. I'm Jimmy Rant.